Let's get started. Sitting on your mat, knees together. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Bringing your hands underneath your knees, round that back as you extend your elbows and lift back up. Inhale back and exhale up, warming up that spine. Inhale back, extend your elbows. Exhale up. And again, keeping those feet planted as you extend back. Bringing your arms out in front of you. Bring it back. Hold. Lifting that left leg up, point the toes, knees together. Drop it down. Right leg extends out. Hold, hold, hold. And drop it down. Extending all the way to your mat, arms over your head. Knees are still bent, feet planted on the floor. Roll all the way up. Nice straight back at the top. Roll it all the way down, control it. Arms overhead, reach forward and lift all the way back up. Keep that going. Rolling it all the way back. Reach those arms forward and lift up. Doing your best to keep those feet planted and not allowing them to leave the mat. Exhale, lift up, flat back, and hold halfway back. If it's within your practice, go ahead and lift both feet off the floor, extending them out, and bring those knees to your chest. Dropping that left foot to the mat and right foot to the mat, alternating sides. Left foot, right foot, left foot, and right foot. Now if you can, drop both feet down and bring it up. Down and up. If this is a little too challenging for you today, just continue alternating those feet. And hold it up. And drop those feet down, roll it all the way back nice and slow, arms overhead. Extend those legs out long. Take a deep breath here, stretch it out. Flex your feet, arms forward, roll up, and all the way over your feet, rounding that back. Lift up and roll it all the way back to your mat. Arms overhead. We're doing that again. Lift up, reaching over those toes. Exhale as you reach over. Inhale as you roll back. Slow it down. Go as slow as you can. Arms overhead and lift up. If it's a little too challenging to lift all the way up without moving your feet, go ahead and take those hands to the back of those knees to assist you in lifting a little bit. And again, roll up, bend over, exhale, inhale, and roll it back. Slow and controlled. Bending that right leg, lifting the left leg up so the knees touch. Bring your upper body up to that leg, trying to keep it lifted and in the same position. Now drop your leg and upper body at the same time without letting that leg touch the mat. Lift up. So this is a one-legged V position. And back. Lift up. And back. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Holding it right here, raise and lower that leg, so just the left leg. Up and down, bringing it right back up to that opposite knee. Bending it in and roll it back. Arms overhead, stretch it out for a moment. Extending that right leg now, lift up. Upper body and lower body lowers down at the same time. Arms overhead, lift up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, lift. Keep it going. Exhale and hold. Raise and lower that right leg to the mat and to the knee. Keeping the upper body nice and still, hold it, bend the knee in, roll it back, arms overhead. Extending both legs nice and long, and if you can, reach up with both legs and your upper body at the same time. Slowly roll it back. If this is not within your practice today, just stay right along the floor, stretching through your core. Arms overhead. Inhale, exhale, up, reaching, and slow and control all the way down. And reach. Don't hold your breath here. Bring those knees in for a moment, hug them into your chest, release through that lower back. And roll all the way back to your mat. Arms overhead, extend those legs long again. Point those toes. Feel that stretch. Roll it all the way up. Nice flat back. Come on over to your left hip. Left elbow is going to be directly under your shoulder, extending that right leg. You're going to lift that right leg up and down. Kick it up and down. Up and down. Don't let yourself sink through your left side. Keep it pulled up. Keep your core nice and tight, navel to that spine. Help support your back. Now lift it and pulse. Up, 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 up. Keep pulsing up. Don't forget to breathe. Hold it. Bring it forward and back in a nice arch. Up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. And hold center. Bringing both legs together. Come on down all the way. Now raise that right leg up. Bring the left leg up slightly off the mat. You're going to just tap those toes together and bring them out. Keeping that left leg off of the mat the whole time. Lift up and together. Up, together. Deep breath. Together, up, together, up, and hold. Dropping your legs down to the mat, bending your knees in, lift those toes off the mat. Keeping those toes together, you're going to bring that right leg out, and then knees together. Out, knees together. Keep this going right here, keeping those toes together the entire time, and lift it off of the mat. Out, together, out, together. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Hold it here. Hold, hold, hold. Knees together, and bring it on down. Lift yourself up all the way to the opposite side. We're repeating that same thing. Lift that left leg up, down, up, down. Your right leg can be either bent underneath you or extended along the mat, whichever feels better for you. Up, down, and pulse. Lift, lift, lift. Keep it going. Remember to lift up through that right side. Holding it here. tapping the front of the mat and the back of the mat. Up and over, up and over, up and over. Keep going. Up, over, up, over. Keep that navel pulled into your spine. Support your back. Up, over, up, and over. Bringing those feet parallel to each other. You're going to come on down all the way to your mat, lifting that left leg in the air. Bring the right leg up off of the mat. Touch your feet together and open. Together and open. Nice deep breath here. Touch, open, touch, open. This is great for those oblique muscles, but also for the inner thighs. Tap together and open. Holding it here in the center. Hold, hold, hold for a moment. And bring it on down. You're going to bend those knees in, lifting the toes off of the mat. And bring that left leg out, together. So knees out, together. Keeping those toes connected the entire time. Out and together. Keep it going right here. Make sure you breathe, don't forget. Out, together, out, and hold. Bring those knees back together and release down. Extending long over to your belly on the mat. Bringing your hands to your shoulders, we're going to do baby cobra to release that back. Make sure that your feet are hips width apart. Bringing the upper body up just slightly off of the mat. Really gentle stretch on your back here. If you'd like, you can bring those hands a little bit closer to your shoulders, whatever feels best for you. Lift up and release back down. Lift up and release. You do not want to press up too far here, just a little baby cobra. Bring your forehead down to your mat, bringing those legs a little bit wider than hip width apart, raising that right leg up, keeping it nice and long. Lift, lift, lift. Making sure your navel is pulled into your spine the entire time. Protect that back. Trying to keep your upper body completely still. This is all coming from that glute muscle. Lift, lower, lift, lower. And hold it. Keep it lifted. Release. Left leg up and down. Lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. You do not need to lift this leg super high in this position. You want to focus on stretching out away from you, long through those toes. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Holding it here. Hold, hold, hold. Don't let it go yet. And release. Take a deep breath. Bring both legs up. Bring those heels together, apart and down. Lift, heels touch, apart and down. So your feet are going to be resting on either side of your mat. You're lifting up, heels together, apart and down. All from those glute muscles. Lift and down. Holding it here, lift up, heel beats together. So tap, 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 tap. Keep it going. Tap, tap, tap. And apart, release. Pressing back into child's pose, you can bring those knees nice and wide here so you can sink that chest down a little bit closer to your mat. Get a little bit more release in that lower back, stretching those arms long. Holding it, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. Come all the way up into your plank position, hands directly under your shoulders. Holding it here for a moment. Navel pulled in, back is flat. Holding here, you're going to bend those knees, bringing your hips closer to your heels, and then shoot forward into plank. So your hips go back and shoot forward, back and shoot forward. Those knees stay off of the ground the entire time. Back and forward. Back, forward, nice flat back the entire time. Back and forward. Back, forward. Hold your plank. You're going to shift over to that right arm into your side plank, stacking your left foot over your right foot, looking up at that right hand if you'd like, or you can look down to the mat. Holding it here, lift that left leg up and down. So lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. If this is not within your practice today, don't worry about lifting that left leg. Just keep those heels stacked. Holding it up for just a moment and release down. Bringing that hip down, bending that right leg underneath you. Stretch up and over, looking towards that right hand, extending your left leg nice and long. This is a great stretch for the side of your body. Lifting it back up. If you can, reach for the top of that foot, bringing it up and behind you with that left hand. Looking again towards those right fingers. Release. Stretch one more time up and over. Hold. And release down. Come on over into your plank position. Bring that right knee into your chest, left knee into your chest, alternating sides. Right, left, right, and left. Now crisscross. Right knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. Cross, cross, keeping your back nice and flat. Cross, cross. Now bring that right knee, right elbow, left knee, left elbow, trying to touch your elbow each time. Tap, tap, tap. You're almost there. Hold plank. Come on over to that left arm. Side plank, right arm reaches up. Feet are stacked. If you need to modify this, just drop that knee down to your mat, lifting your right leg up and down. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Holding it up. Hold, hold, hold. And release. Bringing that hip down to the mat. Bending that right knee underneath you. Lift back up and stretch it over. Inhale. Exhale. Enjoy this. Holding it right here, you can look up or down. Reaching back for that foot with your right hand. Bringing it all the way back behind you as far as you can, looking towards the left fingers. Push your hips forward here. Release. Bring that arm up over your head, stretch. Right arm reaches, right leg long, and bring it all the way down. Come on over, back into your tabletop position, reaching your legs back into plank. Holding it here. Press into your downward facing dog for just a moment. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down to those knees. Bringing your elbows all the way to the mat. Knees under your hips. Left leg reaches back and lift up, pointing those toes. Kick up and down, up and down. Don't arch your back here. Kick it up and down, up and down. Reaching long through those toes. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Holding it at the top. Now circle that left leg in the air. Circle, circle, circle. Keep circling and reverse. Circle the other way. Nice baby circles. And hold. Keeping it nice and lifted. Hold, hold, hold. And release down. Right leg reaches out. Point those toes. Kick up. Lift, lift, lift. Kick up as high as you can here without arching your back. Keep a neutral spine. Lift, lift, lift. Remember that navel pulled into your spine. Hold it, baby circles. Around 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe through this. And release. Go ahead and sit back for a moment. You can bring those knees apart again, dropping that chest down to your mat a little bit further, extending those arms long. Take a deep inhale here. And let it out. Come on all the way over, seated on your mat. Arms long, knees bent, roll back. Reach over your head, extending both legs long. Inhale, come up and bring your left leg up. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach back. And lift and back. If you need to modify this, feel free to bend that knee instead of keeping it straight. Go ahead and grab a hold of the back of that shin or that ankle, bringing that leg as close as you can to your body as you lean back with your shoulders along the mat. Enjoy this stretch. Deep breath. Hands behind your head, raise and lower that leg, working with just the left leg here. Kick it up and down. Keeping those elbows out to the sides. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Bringing that upper body down, reach long. Lift up with that right leg this time. And extend back. Lift up, right leg. Reach it back. Lift. Reach. Lift. And hold. Stretch. Bringing that right leg as close as possible to you, keeping your right leg nice and long, left leg along the mat. If you'd like, you can reach up a little further towards your ankle to bring it closer. And on each exhale, draw it a little bit closer to you. Lifting that upper body up, right leg raises and lowers, elbows out to the side. Lift up, lower, lift up and lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep going right here. Lift, lower, lift, lower. You're almost there. And lower. Extend back, legs nice and long, holding it here. Breathe. Stretch through those abs. Bringing that left knee to your chest, hugging it in, lifting your upper body up off your mat, hands back behind your head, elbows wide. Right leg lifts, right elbow, left knee. Right elbow, left knee. Tap and open. Tap, open. Keeping that right leg hovered over the floor the entire time. Rotate, tap the knee, and center. Now switch. Left leg long, right knee bends. Holding for just a moment, left elbow, right knee. Tap, open, tap, open. Trying to keep your shoulders up off the mat the entire time. Tap, open, tap, open. Hovering that leg. And hold. Now alternate. Tap, tap. One side and the other, reaching long with those legs. Don't hold your breath. Remember, inhale, exhale. Release down. Hands by your sides. Reach those legs up nice and long, straight. Bringing them down just slightly and back up. So slightly down, back up. Do not let your lower back leave the mat here. Protect your back and keep it right along the whole time. Arms behind your head. Lift your upper body up. Now drop those legs as low as you can without letting your body leave the mat. And lift back up. So very important that your lower back stay glued to that mat the entire time. If your back starts to leave the mat, don't lower your legs quite as low. Lift up, bending those knees, and hug them into your chest. Release back. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Inhale, exhale. Give yourself a moment here. Extending those legs out long along the floor, hands behind your head. Now lift them out to the sides. Left leg reaches long, single leg kicks, alternating sides. Shoulders are off the mat. Kick, kick, kick. Concentrate on keeping your navel pulled into your spine. Legs are long. Bring them together, knees to chest. Release back. Bringing your heels down to the mat. Feet are hips width apart. Make sure you can touch those heels with your fingertips. You're going to lift up with those hips and lower down. Lift up, lower down, up, down. So lifting as high as you can comfortably go, squeezing your glutes at the top. Lift up, lower down, lift up, down, up, down. Keep raising and lowering those hips. Lift, lift, and just tapping at the bottom. lift up. A few more. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Raise and hold, extending that left leg up, toes pointed, lower and lift. Reaching towards that ceiling with those left toes. Lift up as high as you can. This is very challenging for that right leg. Do the best you can. Lift up, lower down, lift up, down. Holding it and pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release that left leg down. Keep your hips up, don't let them drop. Right leg reaches up, point the toes. Lower and lift those hips. Up, down, up, down. Reaching those toes towards the ceiling. Do the best you can here. If you need to take a break, go ahead and bring those hips down and then jump right back into it. Lift up, down, up, down. Holding it at the top and pulse. Lift, 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 lift. Keep pulsing. Hold it, bending that right knee, bringing the foot to the mat. Now, alternate knees in. Left knee comes in, down. Right knee in, down. Lift, lift, walking it out. Keeping those hips in the air the entire time. Hold it here. Keep them lifted. Don't let them drop. Don't give up. Holding and release. Take a moment here to stretch those legs out long. Take a deep breath, arms overhead. Inhale and exhale. Slowly roll your upper body all the way up into seated position and forward fold. Keeping that back nice and flat here. You can reach for those toes if that feels good for you. If not, bring your hands to the backs of the knees. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the back of your legs release. Come on up into seated position and to the front of your mat. Extending your legs nice and wide. Try to reach for one corner of the mat with each foot. Point those toes with a nice flat back. You can lean down as far as you can comfortably go, or you can remain seated with a nice straight back. Inhale and exhale here. As you exhale, try to go a little bit lower if you can. Listen to your body. Don't push it. Holding and walk those hands back up. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And walk those hands back out once more. Seeing if you can go a little bit lower this time. Keeping those toes pointed. Holding it here. Inhale. Exhale. And bring it all the way back up. Bringing those feet together, cross them in front of you. Planting your left hand on the mat, right arm reaches up and over, nice and long. Keeping both hips on the ground. Looking underneath that right arm and lift up, switch to the other side. Right arm down, left arm over, nice and long. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale, both arms up and down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. You can stay here for a little longer, or you can close off your practice.